Yeah, real pleased with our effort today. It certainly wasn't perfect, and the big pass play they made, cut into the lead a little bit. But I thought our guys came out, and that first offensive sequence really set the tone, and then defensively, really the exception of that play in the first half, we didn't give them much at all. Made it hard on them. Thought how the offense responded, with the 2-minute drive and being able to get that score back before the half was big, and then really challenge the guys at halftime. Defense to come out and get a stop. We hadn't really made a special teams play yet. We got a good return, and then I think scored a couple plays later. I think Scottrade did. So all in all, pleased with the effort. I think we got out of it pretty healthy. Felt like we'd have to throw it a fair amount, and just by the way they played, and obviously Tommy, probably had, from a numbers perspective, his best day, as a passer. So, pleased with the effort all around, and excited to move on.
Attacking them on the edges with your pass game, how much do you think that then loosened up the run game too?
Yeah, I think we really wanted to get them sideline to sideline, whether it was through the pass game or even the run game, whether it was Ty or I think Ontario a couple times. And then, again, just try to get those big guys. Try to get those big guys moving and tire them out a little bit. And I think that contributed to some of those runs we were able to pop. And that was all part of the plan. I think we felt like we had to stretch them in every which way, and then some might give in the middle.
You said earlier this week you guys would have to make plays, either pass or run or whatever the defense gave you. I guess just Tommy being able to make plays through the air, I guess what you got in.
Yeah, I think we've felt strongly that whatever it's taken each and every week this season, he's been able to do. And, there was some real opportunities there, play action wise. And I felt like he had more than 3 incompletions, but that's all it shows here. So, I thought that how he operated right before the half, I think that was critical. He evaded the rush a couple times, even on the touchdown to tie. I mean, that was a heck of a play by him. So I think he continues to do all that we ask and then some. And for him to put up 304 touchdowns, I think that's an exclamation point on that statement.
On the big play right before the half, that touchdown they had, anything you saw that, I guess, defensively you guys were giving up or anything?
It was a long yardage situation. Their kid's got a big arm, and they got some good receivers that, we weren't quite where we were supposed to be. We were in a pretty soft zone defense, and we just didn't quite get to where we were supposed to in the middle third, and kid made a good throw. And then disappointing we didn't tackle him, and we should have tackled him a couple different times. But felt like with his arm and those guys throwing, they would make a couple plays. That was not the type of play I was hoping we would give up. But that's probably a credit to them as much as we were just a little bit off where we were supposed to be.
What can you say about Taco's performance today?
Yeah, Taco continues to show up and make an impact. And the screen we hit, the return he has, I thought it was a really good throw that Tommy threw down in that shorter play action, his first touchdown. So, playmaker in every sort of way, and fortunately we've been able to continue to find ways each week. Not tons of ways, but a couple times of each game he's gonna get the ball in his hands and make an impact, and he continues to do it.
Defensively, what did you feel like was most effective against Dent? He was, seemed like he was waiting a lot, and then Tanksley only having 1 catch in this game.
Yeah, I think we wanted to make him uncomfortable, and I think we did that, really right from the start. He's the type of guy that you let him get in rhythm, you let him sit back there and pat the ball. He's got an arm that can do some things. So I don't think he had too many opportunities like that. I know he finished 15 for 29, but wherever he was at halftime wasn't, close to 50%. So you put pressure on him, you get him back on his heels, he's out of rhythm. I think that's what we did kind of over and over again. And, you create those longer third down situations, or you really try to speed him up in a third and medium. I thought we did a good job of doing just that.
only 92 yards rushing for them, and then 2.5 sacks for you guys up front. So what do you think of just the D-line as a whole?
Yeah, I think it's where it starts for us. That group has, continued to make its impact felt each week, and it starts on regular downs, first and second down, being where they're supposed to be, stopping the run, and then we talk about earning the right to rush the passer, and beyond those few sacks we had, I think there's many other times that they were reeling a little bit. So yeah, O-line, D-line, that's where it starts. Feel really good about where we're at with both those groups right now, and they're going to have to continue to be the edge. Honestly, you get to this time of year, toughness wins, physicality wins, and that was the case today.
For the O-line, did you feel like their speed and that outside zone scheme kind of helped negate some of the size on the other end?
Well, they did some different things. Anytime you can get them maybe moving a little bit more than they want to, that plays in your favor. I didn't think we blocked everything particularly well by any means. They got some penetration here and there, and we'll have to look at how that happened. But our guys, when we're coming off the ball and we're working together, that's what we're after. And it doesn't mean it's all gonna be perfect, but we come off the ball, and whether we're running outside zone, inside zone, whatever we're running, I think that's got to be our calling card. And by and large, we were together today, but it wasn't probably perfect.
With Brody kind of banged up, how much impact did Kenny have just in the pass rush now in the game today?
Yeah, I think Brody. Thankfully, we had that extra week. I think he was getting there. He's probably not quite where he needs to be, but Kenny's continued to, I think, take advantage of opportunities. He's had a few more stats roll his way the last couple games, maybe, but through the course of the season, I think he's played at a really high clip. And when we have him and Brody on either side, we can put both those guys on the interior and bring in Zach and Hunter Parsons. There's a lot to contend with there, and those guys all push each other. And Kenny's continued just development has been great to see.
Last time we were here, we were talking about the Montana guys that made such a big impact in the rivalry game. A whole bunch more Montana guys did too. I just keep thinking about how many guys from Montana right now are playing amongst the best football in all of the FCS. So you could just talk about that element.
Yeah, I think Montana is a football-rich state. I think, and it's relative to the population. I think there's a lot of good football players. There's a lot of communities where football's really valued, and when we have guys on our roster that are from here, by and large, those guys are going to maximize their opportunity. And we just have a bunch of them right now, and it's I think they've collectively pushed one another, and they're making impacts all over the team. You look at our all-conference list. That's a good chunk of Montana guys that make up our, I think, 16 or whatever we had on that all-conference honorees. So, we need to continue to have that be our foundation, and beyond those guys making plays, that's the core of our leadership. We have 6 captains, 5 of them are Montana natives, and I can't say enough about what that group means. They all spoke after practice yesterday, and just this is our last guaranteed game, so you have all your seniors speak through the course of the week, and how those guys, how eloquent, passionate, you frame it any way you want. Those guys love this place. They love one another. They play for one another over and over. It's about advice for young guys. Make the most of your opportunities. Don't take anything for granted, et cetera. And there's a lot of power in that, and that's what that's definitely our strength right now is those guys.
13-win season, program history. Just any reactions to that?
No, I think it's where we're at this year. I know a couple of those other these championship teams in 76 and 84 lost a game, I think, in 76, lost 2 in 84. I don't know. I mean, we got a chance to play a 12 game regular season. We won all of them. We won a playoff game here. I think we're definitely doing everything we can to take this program to the highest heights it possibly can. And you know, right now that's going to mean we got to win them all. So what do we got to do to get to 14-0? I guess is the next challenge. And you know, appreciate the guys' efforts in living week to week. And we've said it over and over again through the course of this, you know, especially the second half of the season. You know, being undefeated, being 13-0 has nothing to do really with our ability to go win next week. It guarantees us nothing. And you know, our guys really embody that. So I like our chances moving forward, and that's whoever we end up playing next week is all that matters.
Any thoughts on Idaho rematch or Lehigh?
You know what? We'll see how that game goes tonight. You know, I've been part of it a couple times. Once here with Weber. I think at least once at North Dakota State when we doubled up with South Dakota State. You know, if you end up playing an opponent you've already played, there's certainly some carryover, and you know, there's also, you know, the guesswork of, okay, what's gonna look different. So, you know, we'll prepare for either team, however it works, and you know, look forward to playing here again. I think that's the most important thing, that we'll be back here, whether that's on Friday or Saturday.
You were out without Rohan Jones today, and Hunter Provence catches the first touchdown of the game. How did that?
Yeah, Ro's been a big piece, you know, and Adam Jones scored again, so now they kept the Joneses going. I just thought of that, but Rohan, you know, has been a playmaker. So you know, I hope we can get him back next week. He was working hard. I want to get him back so he's not on the dang camera on the sideline all the time. My goodness, what a clown! But anyways, yeah, we got a good group there, and it's not just about him; it's about that whole group. And you know, Hunter's been one that. His role hasn't maybe been as big this year as we maybe thought it might. He's still a young guy, a second-year freshman. So for him to make that play, because you know, he's got all the tools, and you know, we got to continue to utilize that position. Maybe that's the best way I could put it, whether Ro's in there or whoever's in there.
Thank you, Coach.
A good game plan going in, and Coach Babb does a good job of like getting us dialed up on what type of protections they do every week. And also we had a great call from Coach Daly and Coach Howe. They do a great job dialing us up. And you know, I was just in the spot to make the play a couple times, but obviously, you know, a lot of guys could have made that play. It just happened to be me tonight. So.
Taco got involved in a lot of different ways: the screen, the long touchdown, and the punt return. So, did you feel like that was going to be? The stuff you guys were doing on the edges was going to be available today, given the way that they sort of stacked the box and stuff?
Yeah, they're big, heavy linebackers, and with being that big and heavy, I mean, you can't really move laterally as fast as some other teams in the Big Sky, and we knew we'd have to get on the perimeter and make some plays, and a lot of the run game might have had to come down to perimeter blocks or Ty taking jet sweeps, and we started off the game hot, stretching them, and I think that helped us throughout the game.
Tommy just had one of his best statistical games. It just like keeps getting better somehow. Can you just kind of speak to that?
I don't understand it either. I mean, it does. Like you said, he just keeps getting better. It's a testament to his work ethic and the type of leader he is. I can't say enough good things about him. He's just a special player and a special person.
The throw that he made to you on that first touchdown, can you take me through that play for you and him?
Yeah, I mean, the ball caught itself. It was a good ball. Anyone on our team, I think, including a lineman, could have probably caught that. So, I mean, it was a good ball.
Ty had another throw to you. Did you think you were getting another one from him before, you know, it ended up?
Yeah, that would have been sweet, but I mean, we got 15 yards out of it. I mean, it was a flag, so it's good.
Oh, I guess speaking of Ty, just his performance, you know, running the ball, I guess that throw, receiving as well, just all the different ways you guys utilize him in the offense.
Yeah, he's just a playmaker. I mean, we have so many playmakers on our offense, and we knew that with Rowe going down, people need to step up because Rowe's so dynamic. And, I mean, I think we did that pretty fine. We'll turn on the tape and correct what we need to correct, but I think we did good.
Kenny, it seems like Brody's getting a lot more double teams this year. A lot of teams have figured out, obviously, who he is, but how much of it you kind of felt and the other guys felt that you can benefit off of that and you're kind of ready every single play?
Yeah, I think, you know, Brody brings a lot of attention to himself, like he said, being all the accolades he has and the career he's put together so far, being at Montana State. And, yeah, I mean, I think, you know, you look at Zach Cruz, had a couple sacks in the last couple games. I've been able to do well. Paul's been able to have a couple sacks. I think it just shows that, you know, like, although he might not have, like, the stats every game. Like, he's affecting the game at an All-American level, and he deserves all the accolades he can get. He's one of the best defensive linemen in the country, and I think it shows with how much teams game plan towards just trying to stop him, and it lets all the rest of us eat. So
Question kind of for both of you. Vigen said that the seniors spoke to you guys this week. This is the only guaranteed game you guys would have left. Kind of what do they mean to you playing for them now that this final run has started?
Yeah, I think the seniors being here and it being potentially our last game every week from here on out, I think it means a lot. Just having guys like Brody and Tommy and Rylan Ort, and I mean the names go on, but I think it shows that they're at the forefront of our standard as athletes and at our program, and the love they show to their brothers every single day and the work they put in for their brothers every single day. It makes it really easy to play for them and want to play for them. And they kind of talk a lot about how it's like it's about us, it's not about the other teams. We can take it as far as we're willing to go and do as much as we're willing to do. So yeah.
Kenny, anything defensively that you thought you guys did especially well, especially with the pressure up front?
Yeah, I think we covered really well in the back end. I think earlier in the season, we didn't have a lot of sacks statistics, I guess you could say, because teams were getting the ball out. But I think as the season's gone on, our back end's done a really good job at even tightening up their coverage that much more. And they do a great job covering on the back end, and they play really locked down defense back there, and they tackle well. And so it makes the quarterback hold the ball a lot longer and gives us more opportunities to get home.
And
Can you talk a little bit about the defense's focus early in games? Because you guys haven't allowed a point, I don't think, at home in the first quarter, and just a ton of 3-and-outs.
Yeah, I think we really take an aggressive style. I think Coach Staley likes to take chances. He likes to be aggressive. He likes to play, obviously defense, but on the offensive side, in terms of like pushing or trying to attack them and make them react to us, not us react to them, and put them on their heels and come in swinging right out of the gate to start the game and try and set the tone on defense, and get our ball back to our offense and let them put points on the board and get us up and give us a little cushion. So that's kind of the main thing, is just making sure we're starting out fast, playing aggressive, playing hard. Yeah.
one of the UT Martin players who also played here in 2021 said he prepared his team for this game by comparing it to the SEC stadiums they played in. So just what was, the home field advantage like today and throughout the rest of the playoffs?
Yeah, our fans are the best fans in the nation. I've never been on the visitor side here, obviously, so I can't talk to that. But from an offensive side, if it's loud, it just screws it with everything. You're thinking about the noise. You're thinking about if you got the play call right. You're thinking about everything. So I don't know how many false starts they had, but it was more than zero. It's just a factor. And our fans just know that, and they come out every single week, and we appreciate them, and it's sweet.
Taco, you had that 40-yard punt return. I guess just from that perspective, what you were seeing on the punt return end of things today.
I caught the ball and ran. I don't really know. My team, they're so good at blocking. There's really no one really near me sometimes when I'm catching the ball, and that makes it really easy for me. They work their butts off for me, and that's out of love. I trust them so much, so I just catch the ball and run, honestly.
That return helped you break the all-time career punt return yardage in Montana State history. I don't know if you knew that or not yet. So congratulations, but just your reaction being the all-time leading punt returner in Bobcat history.
That's a unit award, a team award. So that's not just me. I just happen to be that guy catching the punts. So it's pretty cool, though.
That cheetah package, how fun is that to play in, and how effective do you think it's kind of gotten as the season's progressed?
Yeah, I think it's really fun to go in there and rush the passer, and that pretty much your only job is go get them on the ground. And just knowing that Coach Howe trusts me and the rest of those three guys out there to go try and get that job done and make sure we're putting pressure on the quarterback is really fun. And we get to do a lot of different stuff with it, and we really get to kind of unhitch the wagons and go run and go rush more so than on base downs. And, I think it's gotten a lot more effective as the season's gone on. I think, it takes a couple games to kind of rush together and work together and kind of get comfortable playing next to each other and kind of seeing how guys rush and how you can work around it, because we do a lot of combination stuff between our ends and tackles on that sheet of stuff. But, I think, stats show for themselves. We've been having some good games the last couple weeks, and we just got to keep it rolling. So.
Grace's question for you, Kenny, just on the defensive side, it seemed like it was insanely loud today. So how much does that help you guys, kind of fire you guys up a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think they had like 4 or 5 false starts or something like that. I think they almost had 20 yards of penalties. And I think, we don't even have to play half the time because they're just jumping off the ball. But another thing too is like, all the O linemen are coming off the ball at different times because they're trying to react off each other because they can't hear a clap, they can't hear a cadence. So, they're not able to work as well together. They're trying to double team, but they're on different levels as soon as the ball snapped. And it gives us an advantage on defense. Like, we can see the ball, and so all of us are coming off the ball hard and strong. And, and them not being able to communicate as the O-line in terms of, let's say they're making an out call or they were trying to slide some way, like they can't always get that done as effectively, or one guy might not hear it just because of how loud it is. And Bobcat fans are the best, so.
Kenny, I know you spoke to the seniors on this team earlier, but just McCade, I guess what he's meant to this defense this whole year, I guess just what you've seen out of him.
Yeah, McCade's an absolute stud. Me and him have played football together since, I think we were in first grade or kindergarten in Bozeman, and we've always been on a team together all the way through high school, won a state championship together there in Bozeman, and, just to see him blossoming into what he's done this year has been awesome, and he deserves everything he's gotten. He works his tail off, and he's a really smart kid, and he does a really good job preparing himself every week. And I know out there at defensive line, because a lot of our calls go through him, and he's kind of our quarterback for the defense out there, and he does a tremendous job of it and gets us all on the same page, gets us all lined up. And I can't say enough about him. He's an amazing player, and he means the world to us. He's kind of what keeps our defense rolling. So,
Give you a chance to answer about the seniors. So, go ahead.
Yeah. We have 20-something seniors, and you don't get that. First off, it's a great program. We have great culture, and having that many seniors stick it out for 5, 6, some semis here for 4, but that says everything about this program, and it says everything about our love for each other, and that's exactly why you do it. You play for your brothers and you play for the seniors because we just want one more week to go out and do what we can do, and that's our mindset this off season, and it's been our mindset really every week this whole year. Win this week so we can play next week. So they mean everything to us.
When that All Big Sky list came out, there was like 21 guys from Montana on it, including both of you guys. So how much pride are you guys taking right now, just representing for the state and also doing it at Montana State?
It's really cool. Accolades are sweet. We just want to go play football, and they'll roll in if you don't focus on them and play football. So it's really cool. Just the amount of playmakers that this state can provide, and it's been showing on for both of the schools, us and them over the hill. There's playmakers everywhere.
Oh, sorry. You don't ever seem to not have a green light on punt returns. Is that something that's going on, or your coaches once in a while tell you just please fair catch it on this one?
We like opportunities. It's a free touch for me, so Coach Udy trusts me and trusts my judgment. So does all the coaches. I just need to catch the ball, and that's what I've been doing. So we got to keep doing that.
We haven't talked to you since Davis. How'd that punt return touchdown feel?
That was cool. It was really cool. That's really about it.
Brown kind of knocked some brain cells out of that.
Yeah, I know. He did smack me pretty hard, didn't he? Yeah.
Just Kenny's perspective on just representing for Montana and also doing it at Montana State, a place you've dreamed about playing your whole life.
Yeah, playing here, I think it just shows, like you said, 20 guys on the list. It just shows we play a good brand of football here in Montana, and we got a lot of tough kids, and I think both sides of the ball have a lot of elite athletes from Montana that really try their hardest and really try and go the extra mile for their communities. And a lot of us are representing our communities. You got a whole town of people showing up to see you. And for me, being in Bozeman, I get that every week. But you go to some of these other games, and they got a whole town of people there to see Hunter Charbonneau or something like that. And I just think it means a lot being a Montana kid and getting to play for your school and your state and your family and your community. And like Taco said, the accolades, you try not to look too much at them, but I think it's good. I think it's worthwhile, and it shows that we play good football here in Montana. So
All good?
Gentlemen,